So a lot of crazy shit has been happening at Lake Mead as of recently. A third set of human remains were just recently found, and there was an explosion at Hoover Dam. Today we are going to cover those topics, and I'm going to show you guys some of my most recent findings and the water levels that I've been documenting. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're at Boulder Beach here today, again at Lake Mead, and here is another boat that I guess I've walked past many times without even noticing. This is actually probably one of the cooler ones that I found. Windows all busted out, of course. Looks like this is probably another one of those old late 50s, early 60s cuddy cabin style boats. We'll walk around it real quick and then we'll take a peek inside. Nothing really, just looks like a whole bunch of junk. Red Bull can, I just picked up a bunch of those. Bunch of, I don't know, carpet and insulation and wood. This is pretty cool. Still got the gauges up in here. From what I've seen on YouTube, this boat here actually used to have like a metal skeleton that was kind of sitting right here, kind of like from Terminator, but either someone stole it or the person who put it there took it back. I was really hoping to find that too. That would have definitely made for a great thumbnail. So we're out here at Boulder Beach. I'm wearing my Captain America shirt, Go America, and supposedly this is the area where human remains were just recently found on Monday, July 25th. Now, it's not like they're giving out exact GPS coordinates to where the body was found, but based off the homework and the research that I've done from watching the news reports, this looks like it's pretty close to the same area to where the human remains were found. Since early May, 3 sets of human remains have been discovered. The first set was discovered on May 1st near Hemingway Harbor, and the remains were found in a rusted barrel, and authorities say it was a murder that could have happened as far back as the 1970s. They speculate it could have also been mob-related due to the time frame it happened and because the cause of death was a gunshot wound. The second set of skeletal remains were found just days later at Colville Bay on May 7th, and the third set were found just recently on July 25th at Boulder Beach. Not much is known about these remains as of right now, but it has been confirmed that the first 2 sets of remains were identified as male. Alright everybody, so we're back at the famous World War II era boat here out at Lake Mead, and from the looks of it today, it doesn't look like the water level has actually gone down since last week. I mean, Lake Mead has gotten a little bit of water in the last few days here. Not that that fixes the drought problem, but I mean, for the first time since I've been coming out here, it doesn't visually look like the water has dropped. We're still going to walk around it though and see what the other side looks like, so let's go. Alright, so I take back my previous statement. From over there, it didn't look like the water had dropped, but on this side, it's definitely come down quite a bit since the last time I visited. I'll put up a before and after photo of the first time I came out here, because the first time I came out here, the water level was all the way up to the edge of the boat here. Now, it's gone down maybe about halfway from the edge of the boat in just a month. Figured I'd give you guys a closer look here without falling in, which I don't think we will. But yeah, this is the boat right here. At first, I thought this was maybe some sort of metal, but actually it's just wood. There might be some like metal or steel supports inside the boat. And I was gonna climb up here a little bit and try to climb on over, but I thought that might damage it because it does look pretty fragile, and I didn't want to be the guy known for damaging the World War II boat after it just emerged from Lake Mead, so we're not going to go down that route. But yeah, this is what it looks like up and close, and like I say, it looks like it's just made out of wood, at least on the outside here. Looks like there might be some metal or steel right here, but that's a close-up view of the World War II boat. Holy Hannah, it is hotter than a heroin junkie spoon. Anyways, I just wanted to say real quick before we go out to the next location, if you guys like seeing me make these videos coming out to Lake Mead, documenting the water levels, the boats, and my findings, then definitely go ahead and go Will Smith on that like button, and you might as well subscribe too, because the subscribe button is right there. Good golly, Miss Molly, it is freaking hot out here. So the boat that you see right here, this is a boat that I showed you guys maybe like 1 or 2 weeks ago, and I got word that there's another boat further down the shoreline here, and there's not much left of it. But we're gonna go check it out and see what we can find. And I'm still gonna show you guys the little items that I find along the way too, other than just trash. But who knows, maybe we'll find a body or something or a finger. You never know. All right guys, so I figured I'd show you this right here. The little ridge that kind of showcases where the water was maybe just, I don't know, a couple months ago. You see these little ridge lines like this, and that's where the water once sat, and then slowly sinks, and then eventually it's way the F out there. Here's another look at the speedboat. It's crazy to think that back in early May, now this is the end of July, the boat was mostly underwater, and now it's mostly surrounded by green plant life. So here's another before and after. In these next few photos, pay close attention to the water between the shoreline and the island. This is how far back the water has receded in this area in just under a month. We interrupt this adventure to bring you this special news bulletin. In recent weeks, a lot of trash has been piling up at Lake Mead. Heck, even before the water levels started declining, trash was already piling up. And as far as I know, as of right now, not a whole lot is being done about it. Now, I've been coming out here for the past couple weeks now, bringing trash bags, picking up trash whenever and wherever I can. But I challenge you, if you come out to Lake Mead, bring one trash bag with you, fill it up, take some pictures, take some video of you picking up trash, share it on social media, hashtag #PickUpLakeMead. Let's get it going. So it's about 4:30 in the evening right now, and it's about 103 degrees. It was 106, so it went down 3 degrees. Amazing. It's still hot though. So apparently that boat that I went looking for last week that's way back there, I didn't go far enough. So this week we're gonna try to make it all the way back there. I got enough Gatorade and water and beer to make it back there, so we should be okay. I guess it's like a mile or a quarter mile or half a mile. Fuck, who knows? Anyway, we're gonna go make a break for it, and I'm gonna try to show you guys as much as possible. Let's go. Quick piece of advice for you guys. Never go hiking in 103+ degree weather unless you're kind of a seasoned veteran like me. Back in Phoenix, I always go hiking in 100+ degree weather all the time, pretty much like every weekend. And on top of that, I do work out, so the extreme conditions like this really aren't much of a match for me. But if you don't hike and you're not in the best of shape, don't do this. I mean, you can still go hiking, but just don't do it to the extreme lengths that I do, because you're probably putting yourself in a very, very dangerous situation, and you don't want to end up being another body found at Lake Mead. Do you? Poor little guy. Not really sure how we ended up this way, but normally I'm not one to do gross things, but man, look at this. Look at those chompers. His teeth are whiter than mine, and he's a coyote. All right, Patches, rest in peace. We are on a mission. We found the boat. We found the boat. All right, we're gonna go check that out in a second, but I wanted to show you guys something that I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know how well you can see it up there, but it looks like that used to be a dock at one point in time. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because this is the bathtub ring right here. You just imagine like a fishing dock being right up there. And now this is what we have to look at. All right, I'm hoping the sun doesn't wash out the video. Jesus, man, gotta watch where you're walking. But here's the boat. I can see the screen okay, so I think you guys can too. Take a look at this. Some rope in there, got the motor. Wow, no telling how long this has been sitting here. Got the gauges, the steering wheel, throttle. It's always interesting to come across these boats way out in the middle of nowhere around Lake Mead. But what would be more interesting is to figure out the story behind this boat here. I've always said it would be really cool if someone would come forward and tell us how these boats came to be. But then again, I also read somewhere where it's actually a crime if you let your boat sink due to all the environmental hazards that it may pose. So if no one does want to come forward, I mean, I can see why. Well, looky what we got here. Is that a kid's fishing pole? That is a kid's fishing pole. I used to have one like this when I was a kid, only I didn't have a Mickey Mouse graphic on mine. Mine had a Snoopy one. And after like 2 days of having it, I ended up breaking it and it ended up falling into the river. And then my dad was like, "Oh, don't worry, son, it's okay. We'll get you another one." Actually, wait a minute. That was somebody else's childhood. I'm pretty sure my dad smacked the shit out of me and then said, "How could you break and lose your fishing pole? I just bought that." So actually, yeah, this brings up bad memories. So I'm kind of not glad I found this. I'm gonna put it back. Actually, I can't put it back. I gotta bring it with because that would be littering. Now here's what we know about the small explosion that happened at Hoover Dam. On the morning of July 19th, a transformer blew, producing a thick cloud of black smoke. Flames were extinguished before firefighters arrived on scene. Now officials at the time said that it did not affect the power grid and no injuries were reported. Now if you ask me, I think it was just Megatron looking for the Allspark.